Peace and greetings. What's good, you guys? Welcome back to part 3 of this mini series. I don't even know what I'm calling it yet, but I will name it. I guess it's significant cards, like building significant cards from your birth chart, and kind of an example of how it works for me and things like that, and trying to introduce you guys to it. But anyways, all right. So what we're looking at here are the infamous and oh so looming court cards from the Thoth Tarot. All right, now I learned Rider-Waite-Smith first, so I do have another video where I talk about assigning different zodiac signs to the court cards, how it has worked for me, and it worked for me pretty well the whole time. That's how I kind of have it solidified in my brain, which is the Rider-Waite. Well, I'll go ahead and link that video below so you can see how I explain it, because I do that in that video. But when it comes to the Thoth system of court cards, it's a little bit more specific. It's a little bit more, I don't know, with the court cards, I guess when I taught myself, I just kind of was like, okay, this is the easiest for me to learn at by analyzing the cards. So anyways, as I've been going down this rabbit hole of the Thoth journey, I came to learn that each court card is it's similar in that it functions in deacons, but they each hold 30 degrees. So without the princesses or pages, there's 12 court cards, which equals 12 zodiac signs, so it fits pretty well. However, with the court cards, for whatever reason, the way utilizing the chart in Robert Wang's Kabbalistic tarot, each court card holds 20 degrees of one sign and 10 degrees of the following sign. So basically, I don't even know what I was trying to that's the esoteric part of it. This is the part where I guess I'm working through trying to understand what that all means. I know in Libra Mundi, I'm not sure what page it was, but Mel says that the last 10 degrees of each of the court cards is the shadow aspect of the court card. So I rather like that idea and that concept. I don't think I've read that anywhere else. If you have, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read more about that. But what this then does is it starts putting this controversy, though, just generally speaking, not what Mel said, but just the whole 20 degrees of one sign and 10 degrees of another sign being represented in each court card, starts to bring in this controversy, because at least for me, I want things to fit in nice and neat and clean, and making each card hold 30 degrees and then having this weird combination going on within it bothers me a little bit. But it's not anything I can't get over or adjust or learn. So I like the whole aspect of the last 10 degrees being a shadow part of the court card, simply because the way that I learned it, the way that I think about the court cards, is the same way that it is on the chart, except that it has these 10 degrees of the shadow aspect. So now it's like I have to do shadow work with the court cards, if that makes any sense. Oops, sorry. If that makes any sense. So, and I'm not even getting into Kabbalah, because I am a complete noob to Hermetic Kabbalah, and yeah, so don't ask me about that. That's not where my head is. But as far as it being significator cards in your astrology chart, You can pull the court cards as well to see what your significator card is, based on your astrology chart. So the Queen of Discs is 20 degrees of Capricorn, and then like 10 degrees of something else I can't remember. But in my head anyways, I just always thought of the Queen of Discs as Capricorn energy. That's how I associated it before. It's the same way I'll associate it now. I'm not going to get into the debacle of the Knights and the Princes either, because that's a thing. But like I said, go watch that other video. But they're the people cards. They're the people cards. What are these people doing? What is their, what is their function? What is their form? What is their motivation? What is their verbiage? It's interesting to look like, how do you carry these qualities within yourself? Wherever these cards might fall in your birth chart, the court cards. So I would take the court cards and work with them separately than I would, let's say, with the minors and the major arcana together. I would utilize the court cards in a separate sit down and contemplation, meditative session, and see, how this works for me. Maybe there might be maybe it's a card that you didn't know that, had anything to do with you, but then the more you think about it, maybe you're like, you know what, maybe actually that's not a bad card to signify me in a reading. And I mean, so there's those significant cards, and then you have a significator card, which is typically used through the court card. So if any time I would see the Queen of Discs come up, for me, that's kind of like representing me in a reading, or someone with similar qualities in a reading. So yeah, so there's a difference between significant cards just with your birth chart and significator cards. But any of the cards that you pull, you can grow, have a bond so much with them that if it comes out that boom, this is the aspect of yourself that you're dealing with. So really what this whole exercise does is it starts breaking down these different facets of yourself for self-reflection and self-discovery, and really nitpicking at it, being super detail oriented with it, and going, okay, this is a part of myself that I, maybe it's like, I don't like this card, which, like I said, with the 5 of discs, I really struggled with understanding what that meant for me, and how did that manifest and whatever. But it was very eye-opening once I was able to unlock the blockage, unblock my brain from whatever, and be truthful with, oh yeah, you know what, it's not that deep, I'm just a worrywart. But then everything else behind stating that I'm a worrywart came through, and it hit the nail on the head. So it's fun. It's a good journaling exercise. Again, this idea is not I don't think it's a new idea for sure, but it's something that I've been really interested in, is this this part of tarot and astrology, and where they meet, and how they can be useful for learning about yourself. And like, I like living in this little pocket realm where astrology and tarot exist together. And so this is, for me, probably one of the most, almost like the first exercise you should do for yourself, really, to kind of see like, hey, well, what are the cards that mean anything to me anytime I see them? I want to get truthful with myself and whatnot. So you could definitely do that. You do it. Like I said, now I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to go ahead and close this loop in saying that if you're completely new to astrology, remember what I said, traditional astrology with the classical planets, because when you're using the tarot as a tool to assist you, you're only going to find the planets up until Saturn represented. So that's where you end, right? Sun, Moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. those are your planets that you want to work with, and they all have those different functions. So it's a different facet of yourself that you are looking at when you look at these different significant cards. And then you can even start putting them together and going, you know, what does this, how does the, you know, read it like a reading, you know, past, present, future, or just read them all together. What does this mean? Read it in elemental dignities. How does that play out? Okay. So yeah, so anyways, guys, I know this is a little bit on the rambly side, just a little bit, but I hope that this helped to clarify anything. Please, 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 if you have any questions, let me know. I have no problem getting back on here and talking a little bit more about the things that may have confused you, or you need me to go to a little bit more depth about, and what have you. So all right, I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Thank you, much love, many blessings, peace.